Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you a brief overview and review of Forever Home by Birdwood Games. So in this game, you are playing a shelter worker trying to train the most dogs so they can get to their forever home. So first you'll start with the setup. You're going to put the commendation board out where the players can mutually reach it. You're going to take the dog tokens, one of each color. There's exactly enough to go on this board. You randomly put them in the spaces marked with the little dog head, and this will be in-game scoring that will occur at the end of the game. You shuffle the training cards, deal out a certain amount. For a 2 to 3 player, it's 4 training cards. For 4 to 5 player, it'll be 5 training cards. And you also draw random dog tokens out of the bag and place one above each card randomly. You're going to draw a pool of dogs at the beginning of the game. For it would be 2 dogs multiplied by each player. So for the 2-player game, which is what we played, we had 4 dog tokens. First player draws 1, second player draws 2, and then the first player gets the last one of their choice. And as you draw those, you're going to be placing them on your shelter board. There's no rules for placement on the shelter board, as far as, like, in a lot of games you have to be adjacent or, certain criteria. The only rule is you can only have 1 dog per square, and you can actually move the dogs as one of your actions, which I'll go over here in just a few minutes. And then you want to set out the 4 home cards. There's city, suburbs, countryside, and foster home. So you divide each of those into their own stacks, shuffle them, randomly choose 1 of each, and the rest go in the box, because these are the cards. These are also in-game scoring cards that you're going to be scoring off at the end of the game. So that's basically the setup. Then you're going to deal 2 cards to each player. And of course, I already said they get to draw 2 dogs from the pool that you created at the beginning of the game. So from there on, it will be, you're supposed to do, first player plays once, and a 2-player game, the second player goes twice, and then it's back to the first player for your turn order. And so you're going to be doing 2 of 3 actions. You could do any 2 of the 3. You could do one of them twice. There's no rules on that, but the things you can do are, you take a dog token, immediately you replace it with another token from the bag, or you could take a training card and put that in your hand. Your hand limit is 5, and then you immediately replace that with a new card. Or you can move one of your dogs that are on your shelter board. So say I have a pattern I want to do instead, I can move any dog 1 space, either up, down, left, right, or diagonal. So you could even move them diagonal. It could just be 1 space. So say you wanted to move them 2 spaces, you could just make both your actions moving your dog. So the way you complete the training, so you're going to have these cards in your hand. As you can see, there's patterns. So this one wants 1 color, a different color. So these 2 are the same color, and these 2 are the same color. So if I had these dogs in this pattern, say I have orange, purple, that one will be completed, and I get to put this over face down beside my board, and I get to train. That means 2 dogs are trained and going to their forever home. So of that pattern, you pick 2 of your dogs, and you kind of want to look and see what other patterns you have and what patterns are out there to decide which ones to remove. And you take 2 of them, and you put them up here on top of your board, either on city, suburbs, countryside, and foster home. And I'll tell you in a minute why you want to choose whichever ones you choose. But we're just going to set this one to countryside. I'm looking for pairs. So I'm just going to put them in foster home for now. Okay, so you just keep going back and forth. That's your 3 actions. You choose 2 of them, and then it goes to the other player. So at the end of the game, based on what you have up here, how many dogs you have here, that's what you're scoring on. And the game ends when 1 person has trained 7 dogs. So as soon as that happens, you continue playing until everyone's had the same amount of turns. So you take your dogs you scored, and you count right here the little. You can see the number at the bottom right. So 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, and you would write that down on the scorecard for training cards. Then you look at your home cards. So for city, you're looking for up to 7 different colors of dogs on that space. For each one, and you can only score this once. Some of them you can score multiple times. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors, so I would get 5 points for this home card. The suburbs is a blue, a dark green, a light green, and a dog of any color on this space. If you complete that, you get 7 points. And I believe that one you can score multiple times. This one I know you can score multiple times. It's any 2 pair of dogs.
Yeah, you can score multiple times than these 3
So,
except this one.
On countryside, if you had 2 pink and 2 purple, that would be 6 points. It could be any combination of 2 pairs. If you had another pair, say you also had an orange and a pair of red, if you had 4 different pairs, that would be 12 points. The last one is more of a, just to place it there if it's not a good fit in the others, because you get 1 point per dog in your foster home. So they're just happy you gave them a home, but the foster home is the lowest scoring. They would rather live in the city, suburbs, or countryside with a like a loving family. Not that foster homes aren't loving, but they would want their forever home. Foster home's not forever. So then you go to your commendations. So on this one, it's most in training. So that one is the ones that are contained within your shelter board. These blocks. The blues get 3 points each. So if you had more than one blue, that would be 3 points each. The purple gets 1 point each. So if you have a purple in here or more, 1 point each. Then you go to most rehomed. So that's the ones that are up here in your city, suburbs, countryside, and foster home. For the oranges, you would get 3 points. So for this particular one, I would get 9 points. For the red, you get 2 points. And this is actually the person that has the most gets the points. I need to point that out. Not everyone gets the points.
Yeah, you only get a basic 3, 2, or 1 point.
Right. But if it's the person that has the most that gets those points. Not everyone gets the points for the most rehomed, because it's for the most.
And it's not multiple points. It's just singular.
Times each dog.
Oh.
Yeah, times each dog. So, and then if you had the most green, dark green in there, it would be 1 point times each dog. Yeah, see, we were, I believe, right?
No, it's per dog. It's just singular. It's 3 points and that's it. Remember?
Oh, okay, it is. Sorry about that. So it's been a couple days since we played it. Okay, so the pink, if you have the most pink, it's 3 points. And if you have the most light green, it's 1 point on their final, I can't say that, commendation board. Then if you're playing solo, there is a solo game. You deduct for whatever points in that type game. Then you just tally all that up, and whoever has the most points wins. We've played a couple games. He beat me by one point every time.
Yeah, so it's a low-scoring game. The average is probably like 35 or under.
Yeah.
And so 1 point does factor in quite a bit. But, yeah, second game I thought would beat her by a lot more because I kind of dominated and getting those cards completed faster. But I think what she scored in is mostly the actual top placement in the center and this area. So,
yeah.
But, all right, so I'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the illustration design. Love the little dog theme, and also how it's very well themed to what it is. The components are great. The cards are nice and thick. I think it has the line finish. Yep. Easy grip. You do not want to shuffle these cards because notice when we shuffle they bend, although they're nice and thick. So, and then you have the wooden pieces.
He means the shuffling like Vegas style.
Yeah, that's what Amanda did. But you shouldn't be doing that with any board game cards in the first place. But just want to mention that. But so great components, and then high replayability. I mean, we played twice right after each other, and it was a different outcome. She was first player, and then the first game, and then I was first player the second game. Both time I won, but it doesn't obviously if you're first or second, it doesn't factor in who's going to win. So that was nice to know. But high replayability because there's so many cards. It's easy to set up. It probably takes 5-6 minutes to set up because you everything's in the bag, and so you're just putting out the boards and the cards for the most part. So mechanics, I really like the mechanics. It's a point solid type of game with tile placement, and there's just many different avenues that you can score. And it's always different because the dogs on this board, it's always changing. The cards are always changing. The tiles that you're picking out of the bag is different. So so there's a lot of different mechanics and different avenues of which route you want to go to, maximize your scoring. So great mechanics and very simple to teach and learn. Overall total, I'm giving this 8 out of 10. I really like the theme and how well it works with the game. Mechanics is simple. It's not a hard game to learn, or it doesn't take long to play it as well. And so this is going to be probably getting to the table a lot. So 8 out of 10. What did you think?
I had fun playing this game. It's like you said, it's very simple to learn, very easy, and the book is very easy to follow. It's you don't really need the book actually, except for when you get to maybe the end game scoring, just to make sure you're doing it right. But it's very quick. So yeah, I can't believe he beat me both times. Like I felt like I was winning, especially the second game.
When?
The second game I was doing. But that 1 point.
I was like 3 cards ahead
of you. But we were
all
not
times.
in the first. Oh, this was the first game I thought I won. I think it was the first game because I actually finished first.
You didn't win though.
But I finished first.
Yeah,
we were neck and neck, and I thought I was doing so well because I placed these a lot better.
She was in dreamland.
1 point. 1 point.
Still lost.
So I thought I did better, but yeah, it was a fun game. We enjoyed playing it. It's definitely something we would play again. I would give this a 7.5. And maybe that score would go up as I play it more. Because but I don't know if you've watched our channel for a while. I pretty much give most games a 7. 10 is like ultra rare. I never give games a 10. Rarely. 9s, I don't get. 8s, I linger between 7s and 8s, but because most games are good and they fall within that range for me. I think I'm more harsh on them than you are, but it's a good game. It's just not one that I would play all the time, but I did enjoy it and I would like to play it again.
Well, she's a lot. Pretty much, she came up with pet rocks and stuff like that. So she wasn't accustomed to playing a lot of board games growing up like I was.
I played games, but all they had was Monopoly, Scrabble. I played a lot of Rummy.
No comment.
Hearts and Spades.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't have all these games when I was younger. But I love games. I love playing games. Yeah, it's a great game. It'd be a great family game. So it's definitely kind of relaxing, I guess, because it's not. There's no take that in this game.
No,
it's basically more of a race to see, who can get the most points and try to train all your the shelter dogs first before your opponent. So because odds are you'll get more points that way. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. We will put it in the link in the link in the description. So tongue tied. If you want to check it out for yourself. I doubt this game is that expensive, is it?
I
haven't looked, so I would think not. But I know they sell it on Amazon. Sell it everywhere.
Yeah, almost all board games have gone up in the last 2 years.
Yeah, but games like this usually aren't that expensive. But Hopefully this video helped you to decide if this is the game you might want to add to your collection. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a like. Feel free to leave any comments or questions. If you're already subscribed, thank you for being a subscriber. If not, please subscribe and click that little bell so you can get all of our content. We put out quite a few videos every week, so there might be a game that you've been wanting to check out that we cover. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing you next time.